Hi guys, this is Ronnie Rushing with Echo Home Loans here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. And so it's hot now, and let me tell you, it is summertime. And along with the heat, the good news is the summer sales season has really kicked into high gear here in Dallas Fort Worth. So pretty excited about that. And one of the things that I get a lot right now is questions from first-time home buyers, and they're trying to figure out how do I get into that process, and how do I determine really all of the steps to be successful in trying to make that first home purchase. So today's video session is just going to be a quick little primer on that, give you a couple of the first steps that you'll need to take in order to be successful in that. So absolute first step is going to be determine how much home I can buy. This is a critical first step. And so some of you that may know, the old rule of thumb, 3 times of your income, it's a good starting point. It gives you kind of a comparison point of where you might end up just in a rough range. But really in today's era, it's a lot more about the actual housing and back end ratios. So, and the reason that you're going to want to take these into account is think of these scenarios. The first one would be if you leave money on the table and so you underbuy, and then you might miss some of the amenities that you really wanted in the home and just leave that on the table. So we don't want that to happen. And then of course, on the much worse scenario would be if you get out there and you start shopping and you fall in love with a home that you find out later you just can't afford. So these are 2 things we really want to avoid. And the best way to do that is to sit down, meet with a mortgage professional such as myself. We'll go through where you stack up in terms of your income compared to these ratios. So the 2 ratios that we have are a front end ratio, which compares how much housing you're trying to buy and how that stacks up relative to your current income. And then we have a back end ratio, which will determine both the housing component and then also any other debts that you're servicing on a monthly basis. So think of any auto loans that you might have, any credit card debt, any student loans. So all of those things will be a factor. We'll take a look at both of those ratios and they'll determine the home that you can qualify for in terms of your income. And then the next step in that process is going to be to do a quick review of your credit. This is just as important. It'll pull, when we pull your credit, this will determine the debts that you've been servicing, how well you've been doing those over the last several years, and that'll determine which programs you can qualify for, and then also really important, the pricing that you can get. So the better your credit, the better you've maintained all of your ongoing debts, it will give you just that much better in terms of rates and programs that you can qualify for. So 2 really critical steps there, and if you do those things right at the start of the process, they'll put you well on your way to both reducing the stress of the home buying process and then also making sure that you'll be successful and be able to get into that dream home that you've always wanted. Now, if you do these 2 steps very early in the process, it's going to put you on the right path and well on your way to having a great home buying experience, and will get you into that dream home that you've always wanted. Now, coming up pretty soon, I'll have additional videos, maybe even a little bit of a series here talking about some of the next steps through the process. But if you want to learn more today, feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to help at any time, 469-628-8960. And again, this is Ronnie Rushing with Echo Home Loans signing off. I hope everyone has a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you soon.